We have breaking news across the NFL, solving one of the QB battles around the league. Now, the Minnesota Vikings have just officially named Kyler Murray their starting quarterback for this upcoming season. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, but you got to hear the music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, NFL fans? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central. We got breaking news, but before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Man, we are just under 30 subs away, so support the channel easiest as possible. Like it, subscribe. But we have breaking news around the NFL. The Vikings have named Kyler Murray their starting quarterback for this upcoming season. And it is definitely a decision that makes a lot of sense for the Minnesota Vikings. And I think that when they initially went and acquired Kyler Murray, it was a decision to push JJ McCarthy to see if he can really grab the bull by the horn and take over for this organization. Now, when they came into camp, there was definitely a lot of noise. There was definitely some expectations that JJ McCarthy, with him being within this system, he could have the upper hand. But if you are a follower of this channel, me and Steve-O, my co-host, broke this down last week. And we talked a lot about the news and some of the rumors that were coming out in regards to this quarterback battle between Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy, where there were several reports that JJ McCarthy is not grabbing the competition. He is not taking advantage of this competition. He seems to be in the mindset of not wanting to make the mistakes, but Kyler Murray is coming in and operating at a high level for the sake of the Minnesota Vikings. So while this is something that we have to look to, hey, it is what it is. I think it's a solid decision for the organization. If you breaking it down in that regard, they went with, to me, the more talented quarterback. Steve-O definitely about to pop in here. But when we talked about it over the course of this offseason, he did believe that if JJ McCarthy get out of his own way, there could have been a possibility for him to revitalize his career. However, at this particular moment in time, the keys will be handed to Kyler Murray. And right now, I have Steve-O joining me. Steve-O, the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell, just informed his team that Kyler Murray will be QB1. How you feeling?
Good. Good about it. I mean, it was a little bit worrisome that it wasn't a runaway decision. But you also can look at that two different ways, because you still don't want to look. You can't. The elephant in the room is that you trade away a MVP candidate and a Super Bowl winner, and
But they let him walk.
Well, you let them walk in situation, but you let them go on some stupid shit. But what you got now is you kind of have to justify the two decisions that you just made. You got to justify JJ McCarthy as somewhat being the future, and then you got to justify the decision of Kyler Murray as our win now quarterback. And frankly, once they made the move, we already knew it was rumblings before the move was even made. But we knew the move was finally made. We knew that the possibility of Kyler Murray being the starting quarterback was extremely high. For one, he's a former number one pick. You don't become the number one pick for no reason. So the talent has always been there. It's always been the question of dedication, understanding, reading coverages, and coaching in the right situation. And what better situation to be with one of the masterminds of the offense in this league, and Kevin O'Connell, who's made shit out of diamonds so many times, regardless of who the quarterback or who's under center. And when you give somebody like a Kyler Murray's talent ranking, like you expect him to turn him into the quarterback that he was always supposed to be, and that's what we're expected to see. Now, what this means for 9, I still don't think this over for 9, because Injuries is a thing, situations is a thing, and anything can happen. But it is a time for him to sit down, reflect, and understand what he has to do to get better in order for him to get another chance or another opportunity.
For sure. I agree with everything you said as we got some Bears fans up in here talking they smack. This is NFL Central. We don't care who you rep. You can come talk your smack. You just better go correct. And my Bears fans, they in this chat talking greasy for these Vikings. But Sivo, I think that when you look at the last 4 years of the Minnesota Vikings, you look at the last 4 years, 4 different starting quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, and now Kyler Murray. The
Carson Wentz too.
discussion, they did have Carson Wentz fill in for a couple games, but to start the season, those were the last 4. But to your point, there was definitely a rocket scientist that was up in there in Dobbs, and we also seen Carson Wentz go out there and get beat up, to say the least, of the real. But the point is that I'm not saying he's better, but the more talented quarterback out of the list is a Kyler Murray.
For sure.
Talented, not better, talented. But
I would say both, honestly.
You're not better than Sam Darnold, bro.
Oh, Sam Darnold. I thought you were talking about JJ.
Sam Darnold.
I thought you were talking about 9.
No, not now.
Oh, well, yeah. Talented, you can argue talented.
Yeah, but he's not better than Sam Darnold. Maybe this is something that the Vikings are going to learn. If Kyler Murray gets you something, you bet not let him walk out the door, because it's only going to be so long that Justin Jefferson sits behind turmoil. It's only going to be so long that Justin Jefferson's keep his cool, because he kept his cool a lot last year. And
more than anybody.
He didn't pull out a book. He didn't complain. So y'all better make sure y'all get this thing right. Now, if Steve-O, do you think there's a situation where JJ McCarthy enters a football game this season?
Only because of injury. It's always a likelihood if with the quarterback style that Kyler Murray is, smaller stature and quarterback that tends to run out of the pocket more prematurely than he has to. And I think that's something that Kevin McConnell is going to try to beat in his head, that we don't need you to do all the scampies and amazing backyard football plays. We just need you to do it when it's possible, because we know, especially as Bears fans, how potent his offense could be, because he schemed wide receivers open, especially over the middle like that. So
and it'd be crazy work too.
Yeah, so if he just trusts the offense and trust and do everything, footwork, have everything right dialed in, he should have a fairly successful year. You should win a lot of games, but it's all about, will he be healthy? If he's not healthy, I do see JJ stepping in, which is possible, because, hey, these quarterbacks getting their ass whooped, especially if you're a Viking fan. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all for the last few years been getting y'all quarterbacks toe the fuck up.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I add on this, JJ McCarthy, you either gonna let it whoop you or you gonna come back. And I got the process for you, JJ McCarthy. Sit down, mature, because I think that's the number one basis. He still has to mature. You gotta take in a maturation process and mature. And you stay ready, because there is a possibility that this guy and Kyler Murray could be hurt. I'm not wishing injuries on anybody. That's just what the history has shown with Kyler Murray and his injuries. When you get that opportunity, if you get another opportunity to step in at any point this season, you better get the job and you bet not let it go, because that will be the end of you if you come in and you crap your pants. So mature and stay ready. It's the simplest 2-step process ever. Real talk.
And learn coverage. This is the perfect time to become a tape head. As a quarterback, it amazes me how they sit there, have a whole year or two to sit behind and not learn from coverage. That's the time to learn. That's the time, especially with you being on scout team and your responsibility in practice throughout the week. The fact is, y'all got to learn how to read coverages. That is a part of playing the game of football, and especially when you a little ass quarterback. If you're a little ass quarterback, you almost got to treat everything differently. You got to be better at everything else. You got to be more accurate at the ball. Your feet got to be way more technically sound. Your throwing motion got to be way more precise. You got to make sure the throwing lane is the lane and it's not closing. Like, it's a lot of things you got to do the smaller you are at quarterback. So you almost got to be more perfect the smaller you are at quarterback.
That's what make Brock Purdy, because he ain't the most athletic, but he accurate as hell. He can anticipate a window. He can make the throw. That's why Brock Purdy is still the starting quarterback in San Francisco. Now, Steve-O, before we get up out of here, I want to mention this. Kyler is named the week 1 starter for the regular season. How important is this preseason for JJ McCarthy?
It's to show that it's a mirror to what he did this offseason. Did you take the time to get better? Did you take the time to learn how to read coverages? Because it was clear everybody around the league knew what your problem was coming into the league and what you're gonna have to work on. You didn't have enough experience throwing the ball. You didn't read coverages. You wasn't put in dynamic situations based on the offense that you ran in Michigan. So with that being said, you should have been down there in Florida, Cali, somewhere, running routes, learning coverages in a film room with hella minds of football. Because that alone, I don't care if he didn't work on anything fundamentally sound, motion, throwing motion. If he just improved on reading coverages alone, we'll see it day 1.
Facts. I agree with you on that. And we got Chris Evans in the chat saying Kyler Murray played 14 games in 2021, about as healthy as I ever seen him. And I think that's why I said just not too long ago, JJ McCarthy, it is not over. You just better mature. And when you have an opportunity, if you have an opportunity, you bet not let it go. Don't screw it up. You'll be straight. Well, Crimson came in with the correction. He's only played a full season 3 times in his career. He went 5-10-1, 8-8, and 8-9. He missed 3 games. Only season he saw the playoffs. So we're going to see. But I think that this preseason is going to be crucial for JJ McCarthy. It is not going to get him the starting job. However, it will give his coaches an idea on like, okay, maybe there's still something there, but they already seeing it. And that's why they're going with Kyler Murray at the end of the day. But hey, we seen this happen before. Sam Darnold had to bounce around. We'll see what happens with JJ McCarthy. I'm not saying he's going to be a Super Bowl winner, but you can revitalize your career.
Penny dimes.
For the real, Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield are some late examples of how you can bounce back. So we'll see what happens. But hey, Steve-O, you got anything left?
No, that's everything. We covered everything, I believe.
For sure, man. This is a spot where all NFL fans can come. We got our Bears fans in the chat talking crazy right now. Hey, that's how the rivalries work. But hey, this is a place where all NFL fans can come and talk football, man, because we love the game. But before y'all get up out of here, make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. If you haven't done so already, we are just over 30 subs to hitting 1K. So don't freeload, man. Join the squad and represent your team. Represent your team in the chat. We here for all football conversations. But that's it from us, y'all. If anything else pop off, we'll be back. We'll let y'all know. That is it, man. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you always love football. Y'all already know. We're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.